settle for that.
All right, so we are back. A little bit of a side discussion on a couple of things. So it is the next day. You have asked about Lasmina has brought up a couple of things, trying to think of different ways. Granny stated maybe we can do this and this instead, and it may help. It is your prerogative to do anything, though. So I have told you that I will not allow the rewording of confusion to be drunkenness, because then I would have to deal with that at a later date. And I really don't want it. Yes, but a later date in the session. I know exactly how we got to get around them. I cast confusion so that they are drunk.
That's why I said it can only be on a
But if I thought that was all it took, we would have broken out a long time ago.
Exactly.
In all fairness.
Mm-hmm. So you're waiting again. It's a little bit before lunch now. The shakes have gotten significantly worse.
Mm-hmm. I need to roll to see if I have seizures.
No.
That's actually a thing.
seizures.
No, it's a legitimate thing.
I'm gonna say no right now.
Okay.
You get to Althar, and
It gets pretty bad.
you walk in, make a perception check.
Depending on the amount of days, I'll probably end up getting it.
25.
So it literally doesn't take you any time at all to find Galley. And as you walk up in a very, very brisk manner, because you're kind of excited about this concept of helping.
What kind of a new person would you be without alcohol?
Hogue. Correct. Am I correct?
Thank you, sir.
And he bows.
Flourishing.
Yeah, and he again
Overly, because I don't know how I'm supposed to.
very, very over the top, and he again just bows lightly. It's like, I know that you are probably here wanting to see if I had come up with anything.
Yes.
We do have a gentleman that states that he will, he may be able to do something. Gentleman by the name of Magnus. He is
Carlson?
No. He says that he will, that he was actually heading there this day for other business. Correct.
Okay. Should I meet him there, or?
Probably I would give him another day or so. He said there was some personal matter he had to deal with beforehand.
Oh, okay.
But
How will I know him? Will he know to look for me? Or?
No, he probably will not. But I have spoken to him about you, and he seems that your concept of possibly putting them in your charge may not be a bad idea if they were to have gotten here through the means that you stated initially.
Okay.
So.
Very good.
Exactly. So
he will go to the jail?
He probably will be there. So maybe check in on that from time to time.
Okay.
I've spoken to him about him, and we will actually probably reach out to you if you do not encounter each other.
Okay. Well, I tell him where I live or where I can be reached.
Okay. They make a general charisma check for me. There's a reason.
Killing me, Smalls.
I tried.
15. Not bad.
So, it's fine. As you are,
Oh, you got a lot better.
he looks you over, and your demeanor is that of, he seems to be very, very warm to you. It's like, of course, I will find you, and you are a good person, Wolf, if I may say. And
Thank you, I try.
he turns away and says, now I have other business that I have to take care of. I do excuse me, I apologize. So it's getting towards lunch. Same day that June was taken, and your alcohol was confiscated. Lasmino walks over to Grand Ram and it's like, so, what are we doing?
I do not know.
I'm playing Nothing Else Matters.
At the moment, we are waiting at the whim of the Lady of Pain.
Remember, avoid the name, I believe.
Oh.
The
We're
laser.
waiting at-
Mistress of Agony.
We're waiting for her pleasure, as it were.
Yes. It's very uncomfortable for me as well. I do
So-
not like being in here.
Do we wish to, assuming we ever get an audience, do we wish to simply attempt to barter for our freedom, or do we wish to enlist her aid?
I do not know. I don't truly know of her as well. I mean,
I don't know either. Granny may know.
Granny, I was curious. Do you know of anything of the history of Sigil and Her Eminence?
I've forgotten many more things than you will ever know. But I've forgotten them.
And is there a possibility of remembering if we were to pry?
Yeah. I mean, that's a question for you.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, but I don't know, like, mechanically speaking.
Make a history check.
Alright. If I'm actively trying to remember this, can I...
Yeah,
Alright,
I understand.
guidance. Well, I rolled a 5 and a 1, so that's going to be... history is intelligence. So that's going to be a 5.
You hurt yourself in your confusion.
Can I still polymorph into an elephant?
I'm not setting this precedent. There's a lot of precedents that you're wanting me to set. I'm not setting these.
It's just stuff that I already know. That's all it helps with.
Okay. You do recall one little bit of very, very old lore that supposedly about 1,000 years ago there were two different deities that actually tried to fight for power here. You're not sure who they were or anything like that, but you may be able to get assistance with something like this. So is there anything that you can recall,
Well,
Granny?
the lady wasn't always the only power in Sigil. The details are lost to me, but as I recall, there was a time when there were two powers dueling for control.
Interesting.
And the other one lost.
Very interesting. Presumably. Or perhaps it still sleeps. I can't really say.
Lumen. Would you mind coming over here? And
There's a library we can check.
Oren will walk over. It's like, Oren, and this is a discussion that we need as a group so that we can understand where we sit and where we need to go.
Or, yeah.
Well, honestly, Lasmina, there's
Oh,
not
the
really a
guy,
lot of options
yeah,
for me on the
Dave or
table.
whatever.
I have to wait.
Understood. Why?
They have Fairy Shield. I can't leave her behind.
So you will stay here. If we find a way to leave, you will stay for your shield.
It's not just a shield, Lasmina. She's my friend.
I understand. I'm just curious. This is a discussion. This is what we need to know. But let's say that we were to get our audience. What are we to do?
Well, honestly, it's hard to know that without really understanding why we're even in here.
That has escaped me as well.
I mean, it's one thing for us to, I don't know. We didn't do anything, really. We just were here.
Not that we're aware of.
Yeah. I mean,
There is the hypothesis that she saw us coming through an illegal portal, and that is why we're here.
they didn't say anything about that.
They didn't say anything at all.
Yeah, that's the problem. They just surrounded us, made us disarm, and threw us in a cell.
Yes.
We have no idea how long they're going to take.
So my
But
question.
people do get out of here, at least if they have the right connections.
That is true. Hopefully, Holg has the connections that we need for this Althar group.
Hold.
Hoag's not there.
Oh. Sorry.
You also don't know who Hoag is because you have not seen him once.
Oh.
Well, you might have seen them talking to him. You just haven't actually spoken with him or anything.
Well, you guys were talking to June. Bumper was in the middle of the room, deafening everything, and they were on the other side.
So they never told me about Hold?
I would assume not. That hasn't happened in character.
Wait,
But how
who's
many
Hold?
days has it been?
Holg is half-orc.
Yeah.
Is a half-orc gentleman who stopped by shortly after Thumper's first keg of alcohol was confiscated.
Before our second game.
Yes, before the second keg.
I like to use the word hour.
Yes. The royal hour, I suppose. He offered to help us. He referred to an organization by the name of Althar, which he would only refer to as a quote-unquote helping organization. Beyond that, don't know. He does believe that the multiverse sent him here to help us because we are the instruments of his own enlightenment.
I'm not sure what.
Cool.
Yeah, that's got my assistant on.
Oh, I was
So
just
long
kidding.
as he helps us get out of here, I don't care if he would like us to dress him up in posies and help him to dance.
I don't know.
Well, if he does it legally, that's one thing. But if he's planning to bust us out, then that still creates the problem of me cutting off my only chance, possibly my only chance of getting to Fairy Shield.
I have no idea how he's attempting it, but if he's attempting it through an organization, my inclination is to believe that he is doing it legally.
Well, if I mean, it'll be pretty obvious one way or the other.
I suppose. But the question that I have is if we come in front of the lady, what do we say? Do we ask for our freedom? Do we barter for her assistance?
What planning is there to be made when we do not know why we are here?
Well, we know why we're here. We're here to find allies to help us fight this Lich Queen.
And to
No, we're not. We're not going to bring that up in front of the lady.
So you want to lie to her?
I don't need to tell her the whole truth.
which some would believe to be lying through omission.
Look, if Zeros could have just quit anytime he wants, he could have just put in a formal resignation. To help him out, we're going to have to receive some people. That's just the fact of the matter.
That doesn't sound very.
I will have to trust you in that assessment.
Think about it. Why would Zeros have? Okay, did I ever explain to you Zeros' actual situation?
Yes, he basically was impressed by Primus to create weapons for him. He is essentially sick and tired of doing so. The only way that he knows how to get out of the situation is to evoke his own immortality and create.
Yeah. I also like to emphasize the part where when he tried to formally quit or protest his position, he was ruthlessly tortured until he complied.
By Primus, I'm saying.
Yes.
Do we know whether or not Primus and the lady are aligned in any way?
Well, I don't know for a fact that the lady would be okay with Zeros'.
The lady is fine. As long as they aren't actually, like the full name thing is, you
I've never
don't
known
give her a
the lady to be
designation.
particularly chummy with the gods.
Like, the point is that we don't know the lady's position on such a thing. And if we reveal it and it turns out she's against us, what then? We could not possibly defeat her.
We could then simply, we could simply deceive her.
You can't deceive somebody after you tell them the truth.
Sure you can. She will simply tell you, no, don't do that. We say, sure, we're not going to do that.
You also have
Wink,
to.
wink.
You also have to keep in mind that she knows. Like I only have really one shot at getting rid of the sigil I'm here to break.
I see that you have two options. You can lie to the lady, or you can retroactively lie to Zeros.
I'm not going to break that promise. Zeros asked for my help, and I'm going to deliver.
Why do you have only one shot?
Because I only have one tool that can actually break the sigil. If it's taken away and I don't get it back, I can't finish the job.
Why would it be taken away?
If the lady learns about it, there's a good chance she might confiscate what I have left.
That is a certain assumption, I suppose.
Do they have to doff their, or undoff their armor?
No, I would say that you guys still have your armor and whatnot.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
The only thing we had to give up was weapons, and heck, even only weapons that they clearly saw.
So that was,
I mean, I wasn't there.
yeah, you weren't there, so that's why you still have
I'm
yours.
asking if he's still wearing armor.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
still have my armor, and I still have that.
Just
But
okay.
But my point is this: I can't afford for the lady to say no. And so, because that's the possibility, I can't risk her having the opportunity to say no.
You're a Catholic.
That joke's lost on me.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
You ask forgiveness, not punishment.
I'm not even going to ask for forgiveness if.
That's why my dad says that. Alright, never mind. Go ahead. He always steals my snacks.
I am fully aware that what I am doing has a very high probability of getting myself killed, even if I succeed.
Oh, so you're fine with you getting yourself killed, but I can't kill.
No, the truth is, I'll probably wait to take my strike at Zeros the Sigil until after our business is resolved. That way, if things go south, you guys don't burn with me.
So why do we come here first?
Because this place is full of powerful beings that might have forces that can help us defeat a Lich Queen. I think that's a pretty justifiable reason in and of itself.
Assuming out of contact, any of that. But regardless, to the point of the matter, so the safe bet then would be simply to discuss our release.
Well, our release and our potential request for assistance. We can't just claim we had no business here at all.
I mean, we could.
Like if the lady inquires about that, we need a reason. We can't just claim we were sightseeing in the city of doors.
Yeah, we can. We've never been here. I've never been here.
I have not been either.
She may not take.
Well, that's what
kindly
you
to-
can say.
What? I didn't hear.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want
That's
to
an
go?
option of what we can tell her.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I mean, this is the deciding
The
point.
point
Is
is that
that
I
what you
can't
want
say
to
that.
go with?
I don't know. I'll figure that out when I'm there.
We can tell her that we need assistance, but not ask her for it specifically.
What do you mean? Ask her for assistance. Assistance how?
Well, considering that she's the most powerful being in Sigil, I'm assuming she also knows every single major powerful organization / being in the place. So we can either tell her, because you seem to think that we need to give her a reason, we can either tell her that we're here to gather forces, or we could ask her to guide us in gathering forces.
But that's not my issue. My issue is
Well,
with the
that-
reason of why we're asking for the forces in the first place. We still have to tell her that part.
That's also an assumption. She may not care.
But why would we not tell her? why would we leave that detail out? That is the driving force behind why our assistance is important. Or assisting
If
us.
she asks us why we're here, I'll let her know in as much detail as I feel
You know,
necessary.
I'm sorry, but it's really funny to me that you have more privacy over the nature of your mission, which is saving the universe, than my mission, which is a covert operation. There are significantly more. There are significantly more consequences for her finding out one thing than the other.
Again, we know
On paper, it is.
we know absolutely nothing about her or her motivation.
What? Do you think she's gonna go join?
No, but she may also not care whether or not you take a crowbar to a wall of gods, beings that she doesn't give a shit about.
They're her underlings, if nothing else. I think she
Do
would at
we
least.
know that?
I'm
No.
gonna.
Do not.
No,
You've
I'm
already
gonna.
rolled in this, and no.
I mean, I think I can re-roll if it's.
Yeah, you're going to reroll for specific information that we didn't specifically talk about, which may or may not Aaron can roll.
I'm going to say no. You do not know this.
I would not know this through religion.
I was just about to explain that.
Okay, fine.
You got to let me tell a story. So, I would say that you do not know this, mostly because before this, your assumption of what Sigil was not correct.
Okay.
You guys believed this was the literal city of gods, but did not know about its other names.
But did I not?
You did not know about the Lady of Pain. You did not know about these things. They are, no, it was.
I'm going to correct you on that because I'm pretty sure the second we saw her, we rolled for perception or religion or whatever, and some of
And
us
John
all-
Paul was the one who found it.
Yeah.
So
All right. So after that session, Aaron and I talked about it, and we decided that in character, Grady had been to Sigil before.
So-
Her memory is full of holes, but that's the reason why she knows about it, specifically because she did.
Okay, so she knows.
That's
okay,
it.
well then, let me ask. Okay, well, Granny, what can you tell us about the lady?
I just wanted to draw my syndicate.
A few things. Things seem to have changed since then. Never known her to be a prude. The city used to be a lot more exciting than this. She cares for very little, other than some very simple maxims. That the peace
Like, I just have my
shall
little
not be
barrel and
disturbed.
she's sitting in and like, okay, it's game. Like,
That the gods have no place here, and that she is not to be a god. Beyond that, not much else. But then again, last time I was here, there were bars, so what do I know?
Well,
That's just such a funny statement.
I thought we're thinking about the number of Snowlands. Doing that.
well, I think the destruction of all things might count as breaking the peace.
Not in Sigil.
That is an assumption,
Came out too big.
which may or may not be.
You know what?
Like, I had Blockbuster
I
files.
don't care to have this conversation. Every word out of my mouth is going to be, you're assuming that. If you're so caught up, Graham Ram, in telling me that what I say can't be right, then you just decide it and I'll just live with the consequences. How about that?
Alright. So,
I'm not saying you're wrong. Actually, I said you could either be correct or not.
If we're going to get anywhere, we have to have some sort of strategy. And with the lack of information, we have to make some assumptions.
What I proposed, the options that I proposed, were to barter for our release or to actively try to enlist her aid. If we barter for her release, then by the very nature, she would ask us for something, we would then provide it. She may or may not ask us why we are here.
What would you even be able to offer her?
I don't know,
Then what would be the point of bartering with her?
because she may offer something that we could provide.
these are the same things that you're saying. Last name. It's like he is stating that we are making assumptions on the fact that we may be able to offer something so that we can get out, and you are stating that we need to make assumptions on what we can and can't do. Both of these are all very, very factual. What I believe Grand Ram is saying is that he wishes to keep it, as they say, close to the chest, if possible,
Yes.
to read the situation as is. So I believe what we just need to know is, do we barter for our release or do we ask for assistance? It is
We can't-
simple as this.
If we're not going to tell her what we're asking assistance for, then just stick to bartering for our lives. That's my answer.
If we were going to ask for assistance, I would, in fact, tell her what I wanted her assistance for.
That would be the only way you would get assistance, is if you actually understood where it was going to.
Then why don't we just go with that?
With what?
Asking for assistance for the Lich Queen. To stop her.
Alright.
That's what I've been trying to argue for the last 10
Well-
minutes.
Why don't we just try to get the fuck out of here first? We haven't even gotten step one.
I can't leave without fairy shield. Running away.
I said step one. We're on step one. Get out of here.
No.
There's multiple ways to do step one.
Alright.
Are we waiting? Step one's working.
That is a way. Step one is possibly waiting to speak to the lady,
Or
and
get
then,
out of here
or
somehow. So first we got to get out of here. Then we can figure the rest out.
Well, if we
so
leave
getting out of here may just be along the lines of, as Thumper's actually elegantly putting, waiting for the lady. We are just one. That is a form of getting out of here. But so when we are in her presence, we ask for aid.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry. That was too quick. That is one option. Yes.
I believe that is.
I'm putting it to the group, unless you want to elect me
Wait, anybody-
unanimous leader of the group.
Hey, does anybody have anything they'd like to add?
Okay.
You've heard our sides and our discussions on this. If you have a stance on this, now would be the time to give it.
So, I will abstain from the vote. I will go with whatever the party decides, and we may wish to wait until Orin is a little bit more active. He seems to be not wanting to move a lot
Disturbed.
out of that suit.
I wonder
Okay.
why.
So,
The hepatitis? Might have been the
Hey,
hepatitis.
I didn't make contact. He doesn't know about that. That's entirely out of character. Not allowed to be concerned about it.
so for the moment, Plasmina and Orin abstain. Granny.
I make decisions as they come.
So you're
too.
abstaining for now.
Yes.
Abstain. Thumper.
What are we voting on? What the hell?
Whether or not we want to ask the
Just remember, Thumper. What would cranberries get you?
You do hear from you. Have been having a. You've been having
You've been getting
hallucinations. It's actually the withdrawals from the alcohol. But you
And the fact that I've probably only been sleeping the equivalent to about half an hour a night.
exactly.
So I'm like,
You're teetering on the edge of sanity.
Yeah.
But you do hear this.
He-
And
he's
you
exhorting
all
to make a
hear him
decision.
actively say out loud, "What would cranberries do?"
Are you okay?
Oh, what would they do? I'm curious. What's your interpretation?
Do you need some cranberries? I have a couple of cans left. Thumper?
what?
Thumper, are you okay? Are you okay as far as you go? I'll take that as a yes. Now, have you been listening to the conversation up to this point?
Shaking.
He is not okay.
Like I can visit.
You can visibly see that he
You
is
are-
not okay.
Ram Ram, do you want to count Thumper's vote in this?
Yeah. Hold on. I go to Thumper.
Like,
Our gloves
make
and
a decision on
gooseberries.
that at least.
Thumper, do you know exactly what these are? Not cranberries the entire time.
Those are not cranberries.
Lumen, you seem
He
to
knows
want to
cranberry.
vote me to be the unanimous leader of the party.
No, I
Which will be.
don't.
This is a
I
gift.
don't want you to be the unanimous leader. If you
It
made
can
a
help
decision
you.
that I didn't agree with, I would
Definitely
definitely
take
tell
it.
you. I just want you to make a decision. I want you to stop flip-flopping between possibilities and dismissing things as assumptions, and just give a stance. Where do you land in your moving forward?
I'm offering two suggestions. I have actually, a flip-flop would indicate that I've advocated one and then started to advocate the other. I haven't advocated either.
Okay, then finish this sentence for me. In my opinion, we should.
I am 50-50 on it.
That's flip-flopping.
No, it's not.
It's indecisive at least.
That's
In that
fine.
case, well, in that case, let's go forward. Let's let Lumen lead the discussion, and then we see where it goes from there. As we've established, no one has made a firm decision.
Why don't we do this a little off stream and not in role playing?
No, in fact,
This is role-playing.
In fact,
I know.
Randy's going to vote for Lumen.
Pierce 3?
Okay, so that's 2 votes for ask for aid against the Lich Queen.
All right.
Now, so unless
What do you want to do, Thumper?
I'm waiting on cranberries. I heard cranberries, I'm just like.
Oh, he said he
that's
has
fine.
cranberries.
I have a can of cranberries. Do you want it, Thumper?
I have more.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta check.
Yeah.
Okay. So I take out the can. Punch. Wait, you don't want the cranberries inside?
Just wants the can.
And does it actually have holes in it yet?
He started a little bit,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
but it's mostly it's like a pull top. So you pulled it a little bit, and then
Okay,
you're like,
I'm gonna try to like cover it back up, give it a little shake, kind of listen to it.
you hear the sloshing of juice and cranberries,
Dear child, allow me to repair our instrument, and I cast magic on it.
and it is now fully sealed.
I'm gonna shake it a little bit.
And you still hear cranberries.
I'm gonna run off to a corner.
Okay,
follow him.
Thumper's vote is no longer in.
I follow him.
I think we're good on getting Thumper's opinion.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the cranberry
Then we have
can
voted on a
down.
consensus.
Yes, we do.
I lean
So we
against
have
the
a
wall.
plan. But that plan means we have to wait.
You're aware that
For aid.
Yeah.
Go away.
that very related entities
So-
throughout the multiverse know each other.
I'm gonna put the can down, draw the
You're gonna draw the can as best as possible.
can.
Make a performance check at disadvantage. Just going through the shakes, man.
Yeah.
Performance check. 14.
That was at disadvantage.
Yeah,
I
he
rolled
rolled
12
two
on
12s.
both.
Nice. Okay.
It stays underneath.
In this moment of clarity, it is one of the best cans you've ever drawn.
It also
You
helps-
believe that there may be something more for you.
I'm gonna pray to the crane.
You're gonna pray to the crayon. Hey, real fast, Kimbe.
He's got
Being prayed to.
He's praying to Kimbe. Does he hear anything?
in surround sound.
Hey, if you take one step to the left, you'll actually be in
frame?
In frame. No, my left, stage left. That's it.
Oh, can I help you?
Kimbe?
Yeah.
It's so good to hear from you.
How are you doing this?
I don't know.
It's the magic
It's because I'm here. We know each other quite well.
You can decide if you remember Granny Goodberry.
Wait,
Or Granny Foot Fungus.
Wait, do we
Our
hear
relationship
him?
is entirely very
Then
remote.
how does she hear him?
No, I've heard him say Kimbe.
Oh.
No.
I was saying this out loud.
Yeah.
So what are you praying for?
How can I help?
What do you want to do?
It was in the middle of the game of Magic.
What do you
Can
want
you
to do?
bring this up?
Can I have some guidance? What do I do?
Well, just keep it in.
So you're gonna want to leave the room you're in.
I cast guidance.
Take it left. Go down the hall. And that should have some cranberries.
Perfect. Anything else?
When life doesn't give you cranberries,
Go get
make cranberries.
Noted.
Alright, Mike.
I'm gonna just see if this like stops now.
You should.
All right.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Bam. Oh, wait, not really.
It is amazing that we have developed a character that freaks out Kimbe.
Well, it's more of just like a divine connection through prayer. Kimei's just like, wait, what?
Who's calling? Why did I pick up?
Prayed to me before.
Exactly. So,
I'm trying to write down what I remember.
that's
Which
fine.
was when life doesn't give you cranberries, make cranberries.
Alright, I'm gonna double check.
Something about leaving the room. You don't know.
Leave the room.
I'll cut to the chase.
Go down the hall.
He sent me.
For each card you discard in this board, which is
Make a deception check.
so 60, 120, 180.
19.
Man, that's a good
But
lie.
I discarded
No.
No.
figure out.
Go out the door.
120.
Take a left.
120? Two. Well, yeah, I know, but
You don't have to write that down.
what?
I'm talking to him. This is his doctrine that he's making.
Okay. Cool. So
There should be
At least a little bit of levity in this serious talk is nice. Alright. So you hear Granny whisper,
I'll cut to the chase. He sent me.
Draw a card.
Oh.
I didn't do 150.
Do you think it's a coincidence that we both deal in berries?
Yes.
make an insight check.
12.
Can I make an inside check to see whether or not I believe this?
Yeah, no, you're still talking to Lumen. There's
You
nothing
do
beforehand.
know.
Yeah.
They did say that he ran off into a corner and then abstained, and then I would say that you guys are discussing it, and it's not going.
Well.
It's going semi-directional. You guys have almost come to the assumption that you will ask. It
No,
seemed,
we've come to that conclusion.
yeah, this is during that when he ran off. Granny was like, "I side with Lumen," and then walks over to.
Energy cards for my discard pile and my hand.
So, no, unfortunately, but Thumper,
Yes.
with your newfound connection with cranberries, you have thought maybe there is something to do with it.
Probably play Expansion and Explosion.
But in most stories that you've heard, 'cause you don't read, most stories that you've heard, there's always a good guy and a bad guy. Kimbe has to be the good guy. She may be the bad guy. Or in other stories that you've heard.
Or Kimbe's the bad guy and I'm the good guy. We can always go with that. That would be a lot more interesting, in fact.
Or that you've also always heard that most good
I know,
good people
but he doesn't
also have
realize
people that work with
that is
them.
the case. He can
So
totally
you
get
can go
that.
with either or.
Only when you switch
I think even for Thumper that
dies,
would
energy.
I gave him an alternative that you are thoroughly working with him as well.
No, I'm not like trying to like insert myself into, hey, Ben, I'm your character's god now. I'm just trying to like,
'cause you're not
esta-
Kimbe.
yeah, I'm trying to establish a wrinkle in this that makes this a bit more interesting.
She might be telling you that she is Jesus.
Granny Goodberry is Jesus for Kimbe.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Well, we're
This
a
is her
trinity.
lie, not mine.
Yeah. We're all a part of the same godhead.
Huh?
For everyone's sake, be glad there's some kids here today.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I'll tell you guys
Oh,
afterwards.
Should I eat the cranberries?
Or I could just grab
No,
it.
you
Is that even a question?
the connection is.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
You're just asking out in the.
Yeah, it's one of those like the connection's gone. It's like should I eat the cranberries?
I'm pretty sure that Kimbe would want you to eat the cranberries. That's what.
You're not there. This is your guys' discussion. I get.
Yeah.
We came up with that, and then that's when I grabbed him for his canned discussion.
I'm going to eat the cranberries.
You eat the cranberries, and just
I'm gonna save the can.
you save the can, but it is again one of the tastiest things that you probably have ever had. Cranberries are wonderful. That's just my opinion. But so
I have one that can cure you.
as lunch is
I genuinely do. This one isn't even a lie. I have something that can cure him.
I'm gonna mostly just ignore it.
You're gonna ignore Kimbe Jesus.
Until
Does it
Kimbe tells me otherwise, yes.
You probably will never have another connection with this deity outside of divine intervention, which will come very rarely. I know there's a class
Level
feature.
10th.
Well,
10th level.
if you're not actually for intervening,
Which is
but for
impossible at this level
asking,
because you already have 12 levels in Barbarian.
Yeah.
You can get past level 20.
yes. But so for right now, lunch is now being brought, and you see, this is normally around the time that lunch is brought. As the doors open, you see the same gentleman that came in the other day.
The redheaded.
The redhead with the large
troll doll.
side, yes, the troll doll. He walks in, carrying the food himself. The boss aren't actually bringing it in, and he walks over to every one of you, giving your own different meals, and he says, "I thank you."
You're June's father, right?
Yes, I'm her father.
Can I make an insight?
Yeah, yeah. I was literally about to say that.
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
Lumen's gullible, so he believes it.
12.
15.
16.
You're shaking your head like this was bad. I thought for a second it was like a 2.
No, well, I rolled a 6. So.
Oh God! So it's a 15 off of a 6. Okay. So it's kind of hard to read him, Granny. So you're not 100%.
It's not like I have the best relationship with his daughter.
Grand Ram, you see that he does hesitate, but it seems that he's earnest in what he says.
Okay.
It's like, yes, I'm her father. Oh, did you roll inside as well?
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
16.
You,
And if I had to roll with disadvantage, I rolled a 16.
you get the same feeling that like he's maybe hiding something, but yes, he seems to be hiding something, but he seems earnest when he says that he is her father. It's like, yes, I am. And she told me how you were protecting her against some evil creature inside the cell, but I only see nice people.
That'd be her over there.
I don't know.
It's like,
But no, she's not evil, but I can understand how June came to that conclusion.
Children often fear what is
Random
best
bus
for
coming
them.
by. Let's grab Granny and throw her under it.
She's a bit eccentric.
that,
Children often fear what's best for them.
Case in point.
So, I don't believe I have properly introduced myself. My name, after handing out the food, he gives a small bow. My name is Magnus. I'm of the Althar.
Nice to meet you, Magnus.
Pleasure. And I'm sure,
Yeah, formalities.
yes, Lumen Grand. She told me that you protected her and that Orin gave her at least some means of entertainment while she was stuck here for a little bit. So I do appreciate it. Thank you for doing that.
You're quite welcome. Yeah. So what brings you here?
Well, she spoke to me about it, and then I heard of your situation through a gentleman named Hogue.
I believe it's Hogue.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I as soon as I heard the descriptions of your character and heard of my daughter, I was finally able to locate her. So that was the benefit of it. But he has informed the Althar of what's going on, and it is interesting, to say the least.
How so?
Well, Her Eminence usually does not take prisoners, per se. Most people end up vanishing and never returning. And if ever they do return and they cross, usually the second time is more permanent.
Blasted out of existence.
Blasted is a more violent word than what happens. They just
disappear.
yeah, they just don't exist.
So,
Clips out of existence into the background.
but
I didn't do anything.
he informed us of what's going on. I wanted to get the word from the horse's mouth. I believe that's correct.
Yes.
So,
That's offensive.
he bows. It's like, I am so sorry.
Her name is Granny.
I'm so sorry, Nanny.
I like this. That's a very flattering term to use.
I hope so, Manny. So, I wish you to get the information straight from you. So what occurred? What I was informed of was that you came out, the lady saw you, and immediately encompassed, and then took you prisoner.
He got poofed away, but
you came back.
Yeah, he fell through a hole. He fell through a portal.
Yes, you came back.
Make a deception check.
No.
It's like, no, yeah, no. Okay. He looks, it's like, you are extremely lucky, if I may say. Like I said, most people usually do not come back, and if they do, the second time does stick. So please do keep that in mind.
Alright.
You did actually come back.
But basically that's the right of it.
In character, you guys are saying this agent.
But basically that's the right of it.
Even though he knows that
We really don't even know why we're in here.
Like I said, the lady usually does not take any form of.
If the lie doesn't work the first time, stick to it.
The lady usually does not take prisoners, so for her to take anyone is a interesting thing. So she either has interest or sees something that we don't.
We have one more question. So this psychic memory that he has.
When you say see something I don't, like my character turns.
Yeah, you're actively looking around the jail cell, and Lasmina's like
covered with attempt to drop a can.
Yeah. And Lasmina's like I think it's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Metaphor. Yes, a thumper. It's 4. Look this way.
How to describe metaphor without using the term metaphor.
It's words that mean something besides
Literal definition. She's not being literal?
Literal?
She's not being literal?
Literal?
I have to hold up a sign.
No, I mean,
different NPCs at different
he
times.
probably doesn't understand literal either.
It's not really there. It's not.
It's a turn of phrase.
Well, that's a very strange idiom to use.
It's the most layman's term I could think to say it.
So, how did you get here, if I may?
We actually found a portal in the astral plane.
You found one.
Well,
That is something that can occur. I mean, it's very, very rare. What color was it?
Do I remember that? Was it? I think it was yellow.
We're gonna play over there.
It's like,
But
well, that is, it seems to be the color of this plane. So, that is interesting. And you just wandered through it?
We
What?
walked through it quite decisively.
well, we knew it led to Sigil. We were trying to get here.
For what cause? I mean, I wish to, let me be frank. I wish to assist.
Well,
I wish to see if I can help you with what you are doing as you help my daughter.
I come behind Lumen, just give him like a shoulder up. This man is the one you want to talk to. He is the one that we rely upon to carry us through our journeys.
Thank you so much, Sandy.
okay.
Hashtag me
We
too.
In character. No clue what hashtag means. Just for whatever reason that came into mind, and you wanted to just say hashtag me too.
we came here because we need help to fight
His new
army under the leadership of the Lich Queen. Or
Who? What?
Graham Ram could better explain this, but basically we need allies to fight a massive army that we can't hope to defeat ourselves.
I understand concepts like that, but he says that you can better explain. What does he? What do you? What does
That's
it mean?
essentially the gist of it. Essentially, the Lich Queen is a plague upon the people of the gift and needs to be removed.
She's also scheming to try and erase existence. So, kind of grant.
Please, if you say that he knows, then let him explain.
My sister, Lasmina, is destined to replace the Lich Queen, and she will finally bring about the destiny of the Gith people, bringing the Gith Yankee and Gith Zerai into one tribe as Gith, for the betterment of all realms.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, because Lumen's still trying to interject with like, this is all for a great cause.
Great. That's an 18.
18?
Yeah.
He nods.
I don't have any modifiers. So.
He nods like this is indeed a noble cause. I am a part, like I stated, I am a Partiaftir. I'll talk. Let me pronounce it right. I was wondering if you even said it earlier. Althar. We are, to say, public servants, I guess. We believe that the people can do great things by themselves.
Okay.
So, one of the few people after the faction wars one of the few groups after the faction wars that actually stood. Correct.
What wars?
The faction wars. It was about 9-10 years ago, I want to say. They ended after that. The lady took over and quelled it.
Oh, so there are no sensei parlors I can go to anymore.
No.
Can I roll?
I do apologize.
Could I roll a history check on that?
Nope.
Okay.
What did you say, 8-9 years ago?
Not 9 years ago. He says 8-9, but it's 9.
Can you go help me make my notes?
Is there? I was looking forward to that. Is there any other sensory stones anywhere?
Unfortunately, most things that were dealt with along those lines were removed, as they supposedly instigated temptation and greed and different things like that.
All the fun stuff.
That's about correct.
I can't say no, but We are here and we are safe for this particular reason.
Okay.
So I will see if I can assist. I mean, you helped me actually find my daughter, so that was by far a wonderful endeavor.
Okay.
Alone. And I will see if I can get you the audience that you wish.
Do you have any idea why you were arrested?
To be truthful, no. The lady sees many things, though, that we do not.
Okay.
She, as you can tell, she is not like most deities.
I'll take your word on it.
Is there anything you wish to ask me beforehand?
There is one thing.
Please speak.
When we got arrested, the guards took a friend of mine away from me. It's a sentient shield named Fairy Shield. Do you know what happens to the weapons that they take?
They're put into the armory, usually closer to where the boss rests, which is close to the lady herself.
Okay, so they do at least still have her. That's good.
Hopefully.
It's at least something to hope for. I just need to try and get her back.
You seem quite reverential of the lady. And using an odd word there, deity. Is there what are your opinions on her, mister?
That she's powerful.
Can't argue with that.
And that while I do not see her as a god or a goddess, I do still recognize that her power is true. I'm sorry, I believe I'm being a little bit too vague. You misinterpreted the deity part that I spoke of. It's more along of what I know that primes like yourself call higher beings. My group believes that being called gods, that you call gods, are actually not worthy of the worship that they gain and that they have. We believe that people can actually, through test of metal and might and mind, can achieve the same divine powers that come from faith.
Okay.
So we believe that is why we work for the people, as I say.
I tend to agree, though occasionally they'll do something exciting, something worth noting.
Yes, but it is through the backs of the people that worship them. It is through the power that is given to them by those who worship. It is not through their own might or strength or anything. It is through the people that actually hold them aloft. If those people were not there, the beings would not be able to.
So you're suggesting that they are beholden to their followers?
No. While they should be, they are not. The gods play with people and they do not care for what the case is. But it's the people that give them the power that they use. So, that is the standpoint of our group.
What is the standpoint of the ladies? What is the ladies' opinions of God? Say, for example, if one of the gods were to lose their divinity, would she care?
That is an interesting question.
Well, I assume that your end goal is to, well...
There is no end goal.
I see.
We believe that they exist, but we do not need to worship them.
So, well, but like the same thing, but the slow path.
So,
He smirks.
what kind of standing do they hold then? I mean, at least here.
They hold none.
Oh. So they kind of exist outside of this place?
They are themselves. There's nothing. The lady does not show help or neglect or animosity or happiness or anything towards them. She truthfully does not care.
So she's completely neutral?
I would assume. She does not openly speak herself.
If she's so neutral, she may not be willing to help us.
Find out. Tell my wife I said hello.
With
Futurama. But
with the enemy, you
Mama.
know they're worse than the enemy. At least them, you know where they stand.
so
Neutrals.
that is the case. I hope that was able to answer your question to a degree.
You've been very helpful, man.
Is there anything else that you would like to ask?
So are we going to get assuming you're successful in your endeavors, are we going to speak with the lady, or will that be done through him?
One more time. I couldn't hear you.
Are we going to be speaking with the lady, or is that going to be done through an intermediary?
I hope for your sake that it is done through an intermediary.
So I would agree.
So,
Essentially, I asked him if he was successful in getting us out. Are we going to have to?
Is he successful or is he working?
He's working. I'm assuming he's working.
hasn't left. He just got here.
Well, I took a piss and I didn't know what they.
yeah, I understand. You're fine. You're fine. Yes, he has not gotten.
So he's working on it.
Yeah.
He's working.
Well, we'll put our trust in you for now, Magnus.
Well, if you would just wait. Patience is the idea. You leaving?
No.
You're just shaking?
No, I got my hand out, but it's shaking.
Okay, you're
Like I got a
and he looks and says, I didn't. You're Thumper, correct?
Yeah. I don't know if I said that.
I would. He said formal.
They might have said. They probably said.
Yes.
You got anything for this?
I can see about having a cleric come and tend to you if need be. I can send medical assistance if you'd like. I'm gonna assume that's a yes.
Sure. Please do. Like, or beer.
That's preferable.
The medical assistance. Just the medical assistance.
Can I get medical alcohol?
He chuckles, and it's like,
No.
if you would bid me adieu, I'm gonna try to push this forward as quickly as possible.
We can handle the sieges on our own.
What?
It's like I will send assistance. It was a pleasure meeting you all, Lumen, Grand Ram, Lasmina, Orin, Thumper, Sandy. He leaves.
See how it feels?
Huh?
See how it feels for someone not remembering your name?
I think I'm in love with him.
I gotta say, I really love that the father was already to that level of pettiness to avenge his daughter.
But in character, you don't like it.
Oh no! In character, I love this.
I finally made an NPC you guys love.
Well, some.
Get us out of here, in my opinion, might change.
So, as you guys go, later on in the day, just as Magnus stated, he sends a cleric, and you see about 4 Devos guards that'll come into the cell at the same time.
And they hold me down.
No, they don't. They just stand there, halberds in hand, ready to attack. And she walks over to you, an older woman, and says, are you the, and your arm is still just up here. It's like, are you the one in need of assistance?
Nah, I'm good.
Make a deception check. Here, you can use one of my, oh, yeah.
20.
Okay, yeah, no. It's DC's like 25 because you're doing this shit. I mean, stuff.
The shakes and the.
Is there any chance I can help him? Because I'm actively trying to like be the only one that can cure him.
I would say that.
You can only give me a +4.
I know. Taking the assuming that you're in allowed, taking the assist action gives you advantage.
So you may try to break.
No.
Like work. Oh, what do you do?
You see, he's in my care. We are going through treatments, actually.
I want you to make a deception check now. I didn't want to give you aid.
And I'm gonna actively say no. She's lying.
What was your deception check?
6.
He's like the guy that can
Again,
never tell the truth,
just-
you know, no matter what.
No, it's just like one of those like I'm fine, but like no,
She's lying.
she's lying. I'm fine.
So, again,
No one needs treatment.
you have this crooked smile that comes across your face because you're like, yes, I'm here to say I'm helping. And
I'm here to make him stronger.
she proceeds to go over to you and grab your hand and start looking it over.
If she can.
She
Grabs it.
it's all over the place. So she grabs at the base of the shoulder and then work her way out to the hand. It is, and she's running her fingers over it, and it's like so. It's seems to be a little bit of withdrawal or anything. So I would suggest you not using the substance, or at least not while you're here.
I mean, I can't, kind of. That's why we're here.
Relax, I'm here to help.
This is relaxed.
Do
you want to see me when I'm angry?
No, I do not. I do not, son. And she runs her hand up your arm a little bit, and you feel the shake stop. And you eventually start to relax and relax. And she casts Greater Restoration on you. So it gets rid of that disease.
Boom, you're no longer an alcoholic.
Wow.
That's short-lived.
It's like, I believe you should be fine. I want Lumen to make a religion check, though.
And that is a 18.
As you're looking over, and you know that a couple of like druidic people, clerics, and paladins are able to cast things like restoration spells and disease removing spells, and usually there's some form of light or something like that that actually comes from it. But as she's doing this, you don't see any of this. You don't see any channeling of anything along those lines.
So her hand's just putting out in the wounds or whatever, stopping. Like
No, his disease is being removed.
Well,
She without what you can tell is any.
Like there's no mystic energy or
Exactly.
Like it's just her sticking her hand.
It's her doing it.
Oh, you mean like it's coming directly from her own power?
Correct.
Well, okay, I guess it's only
Great. That really is Lupin's response because he does not know how that's possible.
So I think you should be fine. I would make sure you drink a little bit of water and just have a good night's rest, okay?
How did you do that?
I am Althar.
What?
I am part of the Althar.
And being part of Althar just grants you powers without, channeling them?
She bows. It's like, yes. And she proceeds to walk out very, very casually. So, I want to know if you guys are standing watch tonight. I know you guys.
I will not be.
Yes, you will not be.
I'm going to.
You said do that whenever there's a watch.
No,
9 hours.
I know. I'm making different decisions
They know
tonight
better
specifically.
than
I'm
this.
going to get 6 hours of rest and wake up.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm going to stand watch.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah, just for like the normal guard switch, if you guys are going to do that. I know you guys have said that you guys have kept track of it from time to time in the past. So I just wanted to know if one of you guys were going to be up tonight.
Sure.
You'll be up?
Yeah, I'll be.
I'm out.
Okay. So, around midnight.
You out of here? All
I
right.
guess there was something you're about to say.
It's something that can be explained
Go-
later because this is probably where we're going to end it.
Okay.
I had a couple of things lined out, but I think where we went was interesting and actually kind of needed.
Okay.
But so as the Thank you. As the later, Ben.
See you, man.
As the guard leaves, you see a figure in all black robe walk across the street, stop about 15 feet away from the front of the jail cell. You see him noticeably look both directions, and then he comes up to the gate. And as he pulls off a hood, you see a person that you didn't expect to see, truthfully.
Rummage?
You see Rummage.
Oh.
All right.
A large maul over his back. It's like,
Okay.
so,
Not a weather point.
I see you guys still. Let me try and get back in. So I see you guys still haven't gotten out of here.
If I remember correctly, you told us to equivalently F off.
I might have been a little bit harsh. I do apologize.
This
the
is
fact
such a
that
departure from how we've seen him in this campaign.
Exactly. It's like, I might have been a bit harsh. I do apologize. It's just after I started thinking about it, I realized that you know where the door is and different things like that. If I want to keep doing business there, you catch my drift.
Well, it sounds to me like you want to kill us.
No. I need your help.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
What do you have to offer?
Your freedom, if you want it. I can get you out of here right now.
Can you get us our equipment?
Of course. It'll take me a little while to find it, but I can probably get it easier, you know?
We have a competing offer. The Althar.
Who the fuck is that?
They are an organization of...
Okay, good. I was looking for kids.
Did you check under the table?
I think we're okay.
They are an organization who do not believe in the power of gods, or do not believe in worshiping gods, and they're going to petition for our release.
All right. So you're waiting for a politician to go up in front of the person that runs this place, that put you inside of here for no good reason, to hopefully push paperwork across to enough 15 different people that you'll get an audience in a timely manner.
I didn't say a timely matter, but there is a matter of, while I am mildly distrustful of Althar, I have absolutely no trust in you.
Really?
None whatsoever. I believe, again, you told us to fuck off.
I feel hurt about this, Grandma. I thought we had a little bit better of a situation.
So did I, until you told us to fuck off.
But you have to understand where it came from. You startled me.
Oh, I see.
You startled me into assuming that my livelihood and my life were on the line.
Okay. And how is that different now?
This is me trying to make recompense.
Oh, I see. So you're going to do this for free?
Yes.
I don't know if that makes me trust you more or less.
That's the intention.
I will awaken the group and we shall make the decision.
Okay.
So I wake everybody up.
All right. So, since you're waking everyone up, I will call the session for right now.
Okay.
And we'll start the session off with the distrustful Rummage conversation.
Got it.
And you honestly hurt him.
You wound me, good sir.
Well, you know, If he had been a little bit more polite.
If he had said, fuck off, please.
Would you so kindly?
Hey, he had 25 words. He used all 25 words. So, we're going to call this session for today. We'll be back at this group in another 2 weeks. We still haven't actually gotten a real name other than the hinted upon Knights of Assisted Suicide, which I don't know how I feel, but I mean, it's interesting at least.
I keep like thinking of names I think are cool and then forgetting them by the time I actually.
I thought it was the Assisted Suicide Soldiers.
No, I definitely have it. It originally was the Knights of the Assisted Suicide, and then it became the
Avengers.
the
Avengers
Angels.
of its
Angels of Assisted
Angels
Suicide.
of
The
Assisted.
Assisted-
Because he wanted to make it.
Yeah, he wanted to make it that, and he also wanted to put it on, be like Hell's Angels with leather jackets and a
Yes, that's
spiker patch. But
Let's
like,
go to the Church of the Lady of Pain.
no.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
We
like I was
have no
saying,
reason
we're
not
gonna
to do
cut
that
this
because we
session
don't
off.
understand that.
We'll be back at this table in
No, I
another
think
2
that Granny
weeks.
knows that.
And again,
I
if
think it's
anyone's
fair to
actually
say
watching,
Granny knows
it is
Granny
Modern
would
Horizons
deliberately
pre-release
lead
here.
in that direction.
These are all my players. You can thank and hate them.
I'm used to being hated.
Have a good one.